Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I just wanted to come in because I wanted to say something like to let a lot of people know. I done said this on a couple of people channels or whatever because they so confused about like why the new growth of your hair, the roots where it's at, is thinner than the actual lock. Because but I mean like if I was to twist this part, well, I got really thick hair, but this part is thinner than this part, than the lock. And the reason why it's thinner because your new growth is always going to be in the baby stage. Like where your roots is at, it's always going to be in the baby stage. Always. And the reason why it's always going to be in the baby stage is because your hair is constantly growing. And when your hair is constantly growing, that is another process of your hair being in the locking starting all over in the locking stages again from the beginning. Like all of this, I started this lock almost 2 years ago. It was like this small. So this is where I started. This part right here is where I started. Okay? And as the time went on, all of this was my new growth. And as the time went on, the new growth formed into a lock. Because you can't twist your hair, retwist your hair, and think that as soon as you retwist your hair, it's supposed to turn into a lock. If that makes any sense. Because a lot of people are getting confused in why this part of your hair, the root of your hair, which is the new growth of your lock, is thinner than your actual lock. And that's because this been through all the stages it's supposed to be. It like went through. This is a full mature lock. Like it's hair packed inside of it and everything. It's a process. You twist your hair and it's not gonna turn into a lock just like that. Like it takes time. Like the locking process takes time. So when you twist your hair, it's just an illusion that your hair is fully locked. You will never have a head full of locks. You will always have new growth, the root. You will always have that because hair is constantly growing out of your hair. If your hair is growing properly, it will always grow out of your head. So once that new growth hit your head, the once your new growth is out, like free or whatever from your scalp, the locking process has to start all over again. It has to start matting. It has to start realizing that you're not combing it no more. It has to start like compacting. It is a baby lock. This is a baby lock. This is gonna be a baby lock. Like I haven't twisted my hair since October, but even though I don't twist my hair, with me not combing or twisting or not twisting, combing or getting the knots out or whatever, it's gonna compact and it's gonna turn into a lock eventually. Like when you twist, basically it's just for a neat look. When you retwist your hair, that's not saying, ooh, now my head is a head full of locks. No, it's an illusion that you have a head full of locks. You would never have a head full of locks as long as your hair continues to grow. And as long as your hair continues to grow, you will always have the baby stage on your head. Because all of this is just hair waiting to lock. All of this. This is the lock. This is the new growth. Right here. This is the new growth. And all it is, I can't put my finger, of course, my sister gonna text me. I can't put my finger inside of here like I could put my finger inside of here because this is new growth. This hasn't locked yet. So that's the reason why your head, this part is smaller because it haven't compact into a lock yet. This is bigger because it's hair inside of this lock and it's compacted in there, which makes it bigger and juicier. Once this part of your hair is locked, the part that's not locked yet, once this part is locked, you're gonna have more new growth coming out, ready to start the process all over again. So I hope I made sense because it took me a while to understand that also. And once I got the concept of it, I was like, oh, that do make sense. Like, you don't twist your hair and then voila, it's locks. No, it's just an illusion that you got a head full of locks. And it just make it look neater. But it's a process. That's why it's smaller. It haven't got compacted with hair and stuff yet. So that's the reason why the root part is always smaller than your actual lock. That doesn't mean that you're thinning all the time. It could just mean that it's just not a lock yet. So if it's not extremely thinner than the actual lock, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it at all because that's just the process. I hope I made sense. While I'm on here, let me just show you the back of my head. I haven't twisted my hair since October. I washed my hair Saturday. That's my hair, y'all. Thanks for listening to me, you guys. Talk to you later. Mwah.